Careful there, old man, wouldn't want you staining the floor with your retirement tears. Dylan's voice sliced through the marble hallway of Maple Ridge High like a blade. The other students laughed as he shoved the mop bucket aside, filthy water sloshing near Walter's worn boots. The black janitor didn't flinch. He simply gripped the mop tighter, knuckles pale against skin weathered by years. Kyle lifted his phone, already recording. Smile for the camera, Grandpa. You're about to go viral. Walter's faded blue work shirt clung to his thin frame. His back ached, not from age, but from battles fought long before these halls. The school crest glittered above him, carved in brass, excellence through respect. The words meant nothing now. Around them, students whispered, snickered, filmed. No teacher interrupted. But what they didn't know, was that this so-called janitor had been through worse flames, and carried scars they couldn't even imagine. Dylan wasn't finished. His smirk widened as he snatched Walter's name badge, holding it up like a trophy. Walter Jones, says here you're certified, in floor cleaning. Impressive. Guess dreams do come true after all. Laughter rippled through the crowd. Brandon and Kyle egged him on, phones still rolling. Walter's gaze never wavered. His fingers grazed the small, silver pendant tucked beneath his collar, a firefighter's insignia, dulled with age. His mind flickered back, smoke-filled stairwells, collapsing beams, screams in the dark, and a little girl clutching his neck as he pulled her from the fire. But here, he was invisible. A relic with a mop. You know what gets me? Dylan continued, voice dripping with false charm. They let people like you walk these halls, like you matter. But you don't. Walter exhaled softly. His silence wasn't weakness, it was the quiet before a storm no one saw coming. The sharp click of dress shoes echoed down the hall. Dylan Carter. The laughter died instantly. All eyes turned to the imposing figure at the staircase, Councilman Harris, Dylan's father. Tall, sharp-featured, a tailored suit pressed to perfection. But it was his eyes, the narrowed, furious eyes, that silenced even Kyle's phone. Dad? It's just a joke, Dylan's cocky tone cracked. Behind the councilman stood Principal Morris and the security guard, both grim-faced. The guard gestured to the security office. We have the footage. Walter stood, mop in hand, quiet as always. But his stance had shifted, shoulders squared, spine straight, gaze calm and steady. Councilman Harris's eyes drifted to Walter. For a brief moment, recognition flickered. Follow me. Now. Dylan's smirk crumbled entirely. As they disappeared into the security room, the murmurs began. No one noticed the faint outline of a firefighter badge beneath Walter's shirt. But they were about to. Inside the security office, the room pulsed with silence. The footage played in brutal clarity, Dylan's insults, the spilled water, the mocking crowd, Walter's quiet endurance. Councilman Harris's face darkened with every second. His jaw clenched so tightly it seemed wired shut. Is this funny to you? He asked Dylan, voice ice-cold. Dylan's smirk was long gone. Principal Morris turned to Walter. You served, didn't you? Walter simply unbuttoned his collar, revealing the firefighter pendant, dulled but unmistakable. 17 years, Morris confirmed. 3 commendations. He saved 2 students from that apartment fire last spring. Your classmates. Councilman Harris's expression twisted with shame. And my son, spits on that? Dylan shrank in his seat. Outside, word was spreading fast. Walter didn't gloat. He didn't speak. But his quiet presence filled the room like a siren, clear, undeniable, and impossible to ignore. By the next morning, the entire school buzzed. The video, unedited, raw, circulated every phone, every inbox. Walter mopping the floor. Dylan's cruelty. The silent reveal of the firefighter badge. In homeroom, Dylan's seat sat empty. Suspension. Councilman Harris issued a public apology, stiff, rehearsed, but the damage was done. Teachers nodded at Walter in the halls now. Students averted their eyes, not in mockery, but in quiet embarrassment. Walter still cleaned. Still pushed the battered mop cart. But something had changed. His steps were steady. His gaze, unshaken. At the front doors, Councilman Harris stopped him. "I failed to teach my son respect," the man admitted, eyes heavy with regret. Walter only smiled faintly. "Some lessons, life teaches loud enough." And with that, he walked out into the morning sun, leaving behind not just polished floors, but a silence thicker than applause, and far harder to forget. Walter's story reminds us that dignity doesn't wear a uniform, it lives in how you carry yourself when the world tries to strip it away. Even when mocked, even when unseen, quiet strength leaves the loudest mark. If stories like this matter to you, hit subscribe, share your thoughts, and tell us, have you ever seen quiet dignity silence arrogance?